It is the Flow Friday Night Sports Show, and it's time for us now to have a look at Hume Netball. A big round of matches last week. Pretty big margins as well between most of the teams, although there was one close one for us to talk about, and Carla Fletcher is on the line to help us go through what happened and what's to come. Hello, Carla. How are you?
Hi, Jason. How are you?
Very well, thank you. It was an interesting round. Lots of big margins to go through. We might start by having a look at the close one, though, which was Randwill-Bundry-Waller taking on the Murray Magpies. We thought the Murray Magpies might just be the improvers, and they proved us right in the end. They ended up winning this game 50-46. Big win for them.
Yeah, it was a very close game. I was, surprised when I looked on the website and saw the score in this game. So well done to the Magpies. But Randwill-Bundry came up against a really competitive lineup from the Magpies, and they just took a little bit of time to ease into the game. And their second quarter was much better, and they had the lead at halftime, the Giants. But the Magpies just kept strong and capitalised quickly on loose balls, and they eventually won by 4 goals. So there was some great individual plays by a few of the players from both teams.
Indeed. Now the Magpies are knocking on the door of the top 6, still outside, and the Giants are hanging on to that 6th spot. But moving on to other games, the top side, Osborne, keep on keeping on. They had a big 40-goal win over CDHBU.
Yeah, the Osborne girls celebrated quite well on Saturday night after Ladies' Day with 4 wins in the senior grades. And they had a solid 4-quarter performance from their defence lineup of Sally Hunter and Sarah Snyder and Rachel Galvin, and into the goal circle with Lucy Bennett and Karen Hugo putting the goals in the ring. But CDHU challenged them a little bit and stopped some of their flow down the court. So it was a really good day for Osborne, and I'm not sure if this is a special award, but Sarah Snyder and Karen Hugo were best on court for Ladies' Day later that night. So looks like the girls had a pretty big day.
Best off court almost. Good stuff. Good stuff for those girls. How long? They've struck a vein of form. There's no doubt about that. 46 goals too good for Henty. 71-25.
Yeah, How Long put in a really solid performance across the court, and they were just a bit too strong for Henty, who have been struggling with a few injuries lately. And look, they had a few challenges, Henty, to go by because they had to buy, and then a few of the Victorian players couldn't come and train, so it just unsettled them for the start of the game. But Millie Burke had a great game in the goals with Jess Spencer, and Jodie Brout won the Most Valuable Player award for her efforts in defence. And Brooke Cannon and Jamie Dove, once again, were great players for How Long.
Gindera, they had a big win as well over Holbrook, 68-24.
Yeah, Holbrook came up against a really strong Gindera side last week, and although they had a good start, Gindera was just too strong and consistent over the full 60 minutes, and best players for Gindera was their coach, Tegan Vogel, and Jess Guy in the goal circle.
Your Lockhart girls have bounced back to form as well. Huge win this one, 66-36 over Brock Burham. So a big win for Lockhart.
Yeah, it was, but the score really didn't reflect how competitive the game was. Lockhart are working hard on some new combinations because they've just got their full side back up and running, and they've got a few tough games happening over the next few weeks. And the BB Saints defence worked really hard in the circle, and the Saints are really looking forward to when they meet next time. So hopefully the margin will be a little bit closer.
We were worried about the result for this one. One of the top sides in the comp, the Billabong Crows, taking on Colcan, who were bottom of the ladder. And as it turned out, we got what we expected. Billabong Crows 70, Colcan just 15. They won very, very comfortably.
Yeah, it's a big win on the scoreboard for the Crows. Ricky Robb had a great game in the goal circle, and Paige Maloney once again provided great drive and options through the mid-court, and Maddie Tubas also had a consistent game working hard in defence. And for Colcan, the girls are really still trying hard to work together, and Claudia Grogan had an awesome game applying some defensive pressure with Carly, Nicola and Shannon, putting a huge effort in trying to stop the in-sync Crows shooters.
That leads us to this weekend, and it's a long weekend, as we know, but there will still be, the obvious availability issues from time to time. But I tell you what, on paper at least, these games match up a little bit differently than last week. For example, CDHBU and Brock Burham at Careen. This should be a very interesting game. CDHBU, do they start favourites here?
Oh, I'm not sure on this one. There's a couple of I'm not sure this week, but BB Saints will be, looking to apply some pressure against CDHU, and they'll be trying hard to get back onto equal points. So it's going to be a really tough game, and CDHU will be wanting to keep within reach of the top six. So I think this one could go either way.
Yeah, I think you're right. Culcairn, they'll take on Randall Waller at home. The Giants will start favourites here.
Yes, I think they'll bounce back and they will have a good win this week against Culcairn.
Osborne will travel to Henty in a much similar situation here. You'd think the Canola Farmer girls, maybe even after a big ladies' day, should have recovered by now, and they'll beat Henty.
Yes, I think they'll be far too strong for Henty. But, Henty might have a few players back and might start off okay, but I think the Osborne team will just take the points on Saturday.
Lockhart taking on Holbrook, your girls at home, should win?
They should win, but they'll have to play their own game, and Lockhart and Holbrook are always a very competitive game. So hopefully Lockhart can just play their game and take home the 4 points.
At Lavington, the Murray Magpies, all of a sudden this takes on huge significance, this game. They will host Howlong, who are in a bit of nick at the moment. So the Murray Magpies, good win last week. Can they make it 2 on end?
Well, this will be another good game for round 9. The Magpies will be looking for another win against the top 6 team. And Hannah Razai for the Magpies will have to work really hard against the calm and experienced Howlong shooters, Erin Harbright and coach Emma Parcher. I think Howlong might win that game. They should win that game.
And, of course, the match of the round, this will be an absolute beauty. Jindera at home, the Billabong Crows coming up the highway. If you check the ladder, it's second versus third on the ladder at the moment, only percentage separating them. Pick a winner here.
Well, I'm really looking forward to seeing the results from this match. It could go either way. It will be a great contest between both sides across the whole court, but I think the key matchup for the day is going to be between Jindera's goalkeeper Shana Holland, the Crows goal shooter Ricky Robb. Both players are really experienced and they should be at their best on Saturday. Both teams will be looking forward to this game.
No doubt.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Crows in a thriller by maybe 2 goals.
Okay. Rightio. We'll see next week. I've got question marks next to this one. I just really, not sure who's going to win it.
Anything else before we wrap up, Carla?
No, just our 15s had a great 15s and 17s had a great day in Albury last week at the Carnival, and the 15 girls did really well and got into the grand final, but unfortunately went down by a couple of goals. So it's great for them to have this experience of playing with other girls their own age and against lots of different teams. So well done to Amy and Emily and Sharon for all their work.
Well done to them, and that's where we'll leave it. Good luck to everyone hitting the courts this weekend across Hume Netball. And Carla, we'll catch up with you again next week.
Okay, thanks, Jason.